I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days reset program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day reset. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things and it has really helped me.
Wow.
Oh, it has helped me.
Wow.
I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days reset program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day reset. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things and it has really helped me.
Wow.
Oh, it has helped me.
Wow.
I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
Dear leader, the time of increased uncertainty, unpredictability, and volatility is not a time to shrink, it's a time to multiply. It's a time to expand. And that's exactly what we'll be doing at the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable on May 23 and 24 in Lagos, Nigeria. I have passionately supported entrepreneurs and high-level professionals the last few decades to unleash their potential and to realize them. So this is going to be a very special event. I'm inviting two of my experienced business friends to join me in answering questions, in solving real problems. So the smartest thing you could do right now, grab your seat, and then I'll see you on May 23. Dear leader, the time of increased uncertainty, unpredictability, and volatility is not a time to shrink, it's a time to multiply. It's a time to expand. And that's exactly what we'll be doing at the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable on May 23 and 24 in Lagos, Nigeria. I have passionately supported entrepreneurs and high-level professionals the last few decades to unleash their potential and to realize them. So this is going to be a very special event. I'm inviting two of my experienced business friends to join me in answering questions, in solving real problems. So the smartest thing you could do right now, grab your seat, and then I'll see you on May 23.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, or good evening, or good night, or good morning, depending on the part of the world where you are. I know that in Australia right now, it's morning, okay? So, like we normally do, give us an idea of the city and the country that you're joining in. This is a leadership community, okay? This is a community of people that are passionate about improving our leadership qualities, and this is a global community. And may I request that you please share right now, right? Yes, in fact, I'm doing that right now on X. Good. Yes. You just find my page, right? And find, because this is running live on X, so you can just repost, right? Same on Instagram. It's on LinkedIn. It's on YouTube. Just share, right? Share. Let's bring other people in. There's no leadership without other people, right? Exactly. Leadership is influence. So you just practically dragging someone in here today. That's leadership. That's influence. Okay. Thank you, Sam from Kumasi, Ghana. Wow. Amazing. Yes, the Dollars Conference is almost here. You know the amazing thing? Between this Friday and next week Friday, I'll be in Accra, Ghana twice. In the first instance, this Friday, I'll be with the Church of Pentecost. They're having a business summit for their business people. I'll be there just one day. I just dash there and dash back from Lagos, because the flight from Lagos to Accra is only 45 minutes. It's just about the same time it takes you to travel from Lagos to Abuja. It's amazing. And there are 2 countries between us. Can you imagine? Yes. And then this is really big. The Dollars Conference is a conference for church leaders, and it's a real big deal. I'm going to be back in Accra, and I'm going to be speaking there. The conference is running from the 4th to the 6th, right, of March. That's next week. So I'm going to be in Accra, Ghana. I'm going to be with Dr. Mensa Otabil, one of the brightest minds we have coming out of Africa. And my good friend, Dr. Sam Chand from Atlanta, Georgia, is also going to be there, one of the world's leading leadership gurus. So honestly, I am looking forward to what's going to happen there. So thank you, Sam. Hopefully I get to see you. Thank you. All right. So John Kotze is joining us from Lagos, Nigeria. ArtFec Global Concepts, also in Nigeria. Pastor Team, thank you. From Chicago, thank you for always being here. Really appreciate it. Kingsley is in Warri, Nigeria. Clement is in Lagos. Beloved Digital, Abuja. Dolapo, Lagos. Richard is in England. Thank you. George, Iminabo George from Port Harcourt. Omolola, Edinburgh, Scotland. Wow. It must be cold there. They tell me that even during summer it's cold. Abraham from Port Harcourt. Dr. Sam live from Enugu. Oh, Bontwise. Amazing. Enugu. Thank you. Clement from Lagos. Thank you. Bernard from Lagos. And King K. Murafa from New York. Awesome. And Richard from England. And King O'Hees from Houston, Texas. I had an amazing time at Houston, Texas. Honestly, I had an amazing time at Houston, Texas this past weekend at the Ultra Shift Conference. I'm so proud of Dr. Harry Akiola and his wife, Lady Joy, for hosting an excellent world-class conference. Thank you, King O'Hees. Thank you. Chinedu is from Abia in Nigeria. From is watching from Lagos, and Linda from the UAE. Wow. I'll be in the UAE 3rd week of March. Yeah, that's not long from now, right? 3rd week of March with Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika at the Ibukun Awoshika Leadership Women's Conference, Women in Leadership Conference. Hundreds and hundreds of women leaders, promises to be amazing. Thank you, Aniola from Lagos. Okay, so please share. Bring someone in, right? Bring someone in to join us in this session. All right. For a start, let me ask you this important question. Do you have your copy of Shift now? Shifts, 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. That's the latest leadership book in town. SHIFT is an acronym, for my transformation methodology. Transformation methodology. See, hear, insight, formulate, transform, succeed. Okay? 6 powerful steps. Most transformation efforts in our world fail. Example. A lot of people made New Year resolutions as we crossed over into this new year. Many of those resolutions have had accidents already. Right? Because most transformation efforts fail at the individual, organizational, and national levels. But my 6-step methodology is proven. It's something I've proven in my own life over and over and over. I've gone through reinvention programs from one level to the other, one stage to the other. And honestly, to have my first book published by a major publisher like John Wiley & Sons, Wiley, one of the biggest publishers in the world, that is transformation in manifestation. Okay. So if you are in North America, it's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Porchlight, bookshop.org, a host of online, right, retailers. And then it's available with Target, with Barnes & Noble, at Walmart, and so on, leading bookshops all over the place. So it's a big shift for me. And I am passionate about sharing the methodology. So it's, in fact, if you're a leader, it's something you don't want to read alone. It's something you want to read along with members of your team. One of our clients ordered for 1,000 copies, right? For their employees, because they have thousands of employees. So a special, let me welcome some more people who have joined us. Covenant Ark Mission is in the Gambia. I love Gambia, right? Because we were running broadcasts there on radio and TV for years with amazing testimonials. David is joining us from Ibadan, and Efata from Canada. Awesome. Ebenezer from Lagos. Thank you. Mesoma, Emmanuel, thank you. Thank you, Olainka. Thank you, Sandra from Abia, and Bayo from Texas. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good. So people in Nigeria are asking how you can get the book. Thank you, David from Port Harcourt. Thank you, Mamadou from Gambia. See, I love Gambians. Thank you. So people in Nigeria are asking, how can I get a copy of Shift? Presently, 2 ways. The first, if you are anywhere near Daystar, Oregon, Lagos, there's a bookshop there, Family First Bookshop. It's there. Secondly, Roving Heights is a bookshop that is well known in Nigeria, and I hear they have 6 bookshops around Nigeria now, Abuja, Lagos. More importantly, they deliver anywhere or everywhere in Nigeria. Roving Heights delivers anywhere from Nigeria. So I'll just recommend you can check them out on Instagram or social media at Roving Heights, right? At Roving Heights. And they can deliver the book to you anywhere in Nigeria. They have the books in stock right now, okay? All right. So please, yes, go ahead and share. Something important is going on right now. Okay. We had our Shifts conference in Lagos on the 8th of February. Was anyone there? At the Shift conference, Saturday, 8th of February? Was anyone there? It was spectacular, right? Because we know, right? Oh, thank you, Dolapo. We know, those of us on our team, we know that when you run an event in Nigeria that people have to pay for, and it has to do with knowledge, we know we are running countercultural. Okay, we're running countercultural. But the amazing thing about this one is we had thousands of people who showed that they value themselves enough. They valued themselves enough to invest in themselves. That's it. To invest in themselves. It was just so inspiring for us. Oh, thank you, Bayo. You joined online. Thank you. We had huge challenges in our execution. Everything was working so well, except that we could not access the hall to start our setup until a few hours to the event in the middle of the night. Oh my God, our team did magic. And then you had this surge, and we had the huge queues outside. It was something else. It was a first for a leadership conference in Nigeria. It was amazing. It was so beautiful. The content was explosive, was powerful, right? The content was powerful. The speakers all delivered, and we were there. Oh, thank you, Ebenezer. You were there. We celebrated the 30th anniversary of Success Power. I was excited to see students there, our young people, right? And our manager, David, said out there on the registration queues, he saw some kids, really young kids. He knew they had to be primary school or elementary school students. So he said, no, the conference is not for kids as young as this. Will they even be able to understand? And their head teacher said, excuse me, you these kids can't return home without getting into this conference. We came all the way from Osogbo, Osun State. Our manager said the moment he had that, he said, please just go straight in. What? Young kids came all the way from out of state like that. It was phenomenal. And so the first part of the event, we celebrated the anniversary of Success Power. And I was sitting on a chair right in the middle of those students because we reserved the gallery for them. I sat there and shared my Success Power story. So when I stood up to go, we had given each of them some tiny books. See, I wrote some small books that I don't think are even for sale right now. I don't think they're on sale right now. Somewhere along the line, we'll bring them out again, one way or the other, right? Books like The Power of Vision. You say how tiny it is, tiny but potent. This one says Think and Succeed, tiny but potent. So we gave all those young kids, almost 500 of them, complimentary copies of some of these books. So when I stood up to go, then they stood up and said they wanted me to autograph the books for them. So that was my pleasure, absolutely my pleasure. Some of those kids, some of those young people will not forget that experience in a long time. Okay. I'd like to say a very special thank you again to our sponsors. They made the Shift Conference possible, right? People who are already successful and who just realized this is a big cost. This is a big cost. And they decided to put their money where their mouth is, like they say, and supported us, right? So many sponsors, so many people interested, right up to the last day, people were indicating interest. And that made it easy, right? So we're able to at least put up a high quality experience. Big thank you to those who made it possible for us to be on billboards around Lagos. It was overwhelming. There were giant billboards at strategic locations. Everywhere you went in the city, you saw them, and they took the weight of us financially 100%. Some people made that happen. God must bless them, honestly. So a big thank you. Anyway, so people are already saying that they can't wait for the Shift Conference 2026, right? In Lagos. Good. So we're warming up. And some people have indicated, I am going to be a sponsor. My company is going to be a sponsor for 2026. It's going to be way better, way bigger and better in 2026. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, Desire is asking, when will we have Shift Conference in Togo? When we are aware we have enough people interested and willing to join us to make it happen. So thank you. At least we've heard from you now. Thank you. When we're ready, we'll put out, like a question or so to just test and see. Thank you, Albert, from watching from Ghana. Thank you for joining us. And Uru from Harad, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Wow, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Olayinka says, you're already making me believe that there is hope for our beloved country, Nigeria. Oh, thank you. That's so comforting to hear. That's comforting to hear. Yes, there's nothing wrong with Nigeria as a geographical space. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with the soil. The issue is the people. And the people saying, that's what leadership is about. That's what leadership is about. It's about influencing people. Okay? So the solution to it is not necessarily cursing, right? If someone, let's say, right, you need to fly in an aircraft from your city to another city, but they cannot find anyone who can fly a plane. And then someone shows up who says, I can do it. But then the moment the person starts, you realize it's a lie. The person did not go to flying school. This is the question I want to ask. Is it possible that you can curse the person very well? Curse the person to the extent that the person will know how to fly the plane? No. There's no substitute for learning, for acquiring the skills. So that's why, for some of us, the most important thing to do right now is to teach people leadership, is to train people in leadership, is to cultivate leadership skills. That's the way to go. That's what we're doing in our community. And in this community, we believe everyone can lead. Every human has the potential to lead. Why? Leadership is not just occupying a position. It is influencing one or more people to achieve goals. It's influencing one or more people to achieve goals. And all of us have that capacity to influence. Most people, one, don't know. Two, they've abandoned the responsibility for building and using their influence. Those of us in this community, we're going to build and we're going to use our influence. Is that okay? Good. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Wow. Rita is with us from Benin City, and Emmanuel from Akure, and Ofe from Benin Republic. Wow. And Jeremy, Sandy from Abidjan. Wow. Thank you. Okay, Born Twice says we need the Shift Conference at Enugu. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Yes. Oh, Oluwatosin is joining us from the United Arab Emirates. See, it's a global event. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to share some thoughts with us. Oh, thank you, Ofemi Adeniji, from Sudbury, Canada. Wow, thank you for joining us. So Ofemi is asking, is there online training school? We're here most Mondays, right? Except if I'm traveling, I'm in the air or something. We're here most Mondays, right? That in itself is training school. Secondly, we have the Daystar Leadership Academy, right? That's the leadership school I started in Nigeria, right? That's the leadership school I started in Nigeria, Daystar Leadership Academy. So you can check it up online. You'll see. You can check my website, samadeyemi.com. And more importantly, just check on my social media bio, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Just check on my bio and you will see a link to my Linktree. On the Linktree, you will see all the things that we do. Just before we started, we showed the testimonials of people who are a part of what we call our inner circle. They pay some small amount of money every month, and then I meet with the people in this group practically every month, right? It's a smaller group, so we see ourselves on Zoom, and they can ask questions and I can answer and all that. And then we have an app, right? We have a platform where they actually get to interact 24/7. When you join our inner circle, the first thing we give you is access to what we call the 40-day leadership reset. 40 videos, 40 leadership lessons. They're not long, they're between 5 to 10 minutes each, okay? So 40 videos. We call it the reset program. And you'll find out most of the stories that you had today actually came from people who had watched those videos. By the time you watch 3, 4, 5, something is already shifting in your life, okay? So I'm just saying there are loads and loads and loads of opportunities. Loads and loads and loads of opportunities, okay? For you to cultivate your leadership ability with us, okay? So let's do what we normally do. I'm going to share some thoughts. I'm going to share a few thoughts, and then you can ask me questions. Is that okay? So why did we have so many people willing to identify with our brand during the Shift Conference Lagos, to the extent that they gave us a lot of money to execute the conference, and in return, we put their logos on our advertising, right? Why? Right? Were they willing to identify first with our cause and also to identify with our name, with our brand, right? Because I have been deliberate about the building of my brand. Remember that leadership is the ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. One key factor in your ability to influence other people is your brand, right? Your brand. How do people perceive you? What's the value that people believe that you have to add to them? Why is it that people don't name their children or their sons Judas? Because that name creates a perception that is totally negative. A perception that is totally negative in people's minds. Once you hear that name, the next thing that comes to your mind is betrayal, treachery, right? Murderous betrayal. That's why people don't name their children that. And Judas means the same thing as Judah, which means praise. Okay? So people name their children Judah, they will name their children Praise, but Judas? No way. Good. So you need to be intentional about creating the idea people will hold in their minds about you, because to a large extent, it will affect how much influence you can have on them. Be intentional about the way you build your brand, the way you build your name, okay? Be intentional about creating the ideas that people will hold in their minds about you. Don't leave it to chance. If you attend one of our business classes, you will hear us say that your brand is actually one of your assets. So this was what we did, right? At the Shift Conference in Lagos, we leveraged the brand because the brand has value. If you are in the habit of giving people, making promises to people, but not fulfilling those promises, right? You lie or you deceive people, or okay, let's even say it's not intentional, but it is consistent that you don't get to keep your promises. After some time, people will form an impression about you in their minds. So you don't want to leave that to chance, right? If you are consistent in keeping your promises, you make a promise to people, you keep it, that also creates an impression in people's minds about you. And it's going to affect how they relate to you. Absolutely. It's going to affect how they relate to you. So your brand is one of your major assets. It is. Okay. How do you build your brand? What are some of the things I have done, right, to get people to respond to me today the way they do, right? This is important. So the starting point is what we're doing right now. Self-awareness. So you need to know who you are. That's the starting point. You need to have self-awareness. And self-awareness is a product of self-reflection. You need to take time to think. So what are your strengths? What are your strengths? What are your talents? What are your gifts? Okay? Because actually, one of those major things that influences how people perceive you is the value that they get from you. So, are they getting value from you, or are they losing value because of their association with you? When you function in the area of your gifts, talent, the area where you get unusual results, the area where you add unusual value to people's lives, you're on your way to building a positive brand. But you need to know what those strengths are. You need to define your personal vision. Where really are you going in life? Why do you think you're here? Have you found your purpose? The reason for which you're in existence? Okay? And when it comes to your purpose, I promise you this, it will never be about you. It's about other people. Your life is too small to be the purpose of your life. You're loaded, you're gifted, you're talented in many ways. But you will never find the power of those talents and those gifts when the focus is only on yourself. That's why those of us that grow up in environments where there's a lot of deprivation, a lot of suffering, hunger, a lot of lack, it's a huge disadvantage. We have a big setback. You know why? We grow up fighting just to survive. Life is more than that. Survival can't be your purpose. Life is more than that. Your dreams will always be to get something for only yourself and your family to eat. No, the purpose of your life is bigger than that. Okay? It is what you are here to add to humanity. You need to take time to think. What are you passionate about? What's the problem that bothers you in this world? Okay? What's your vision of the world? What will tomorrow look like to you? Right? So earlier on, right, somebody says, just by listening to you, I'm beginning to have hope. I'm beginning to believe that there is hope for Nigeria. Fine. Because that perception is coming through. Because that's my own vision, right? I see a developed Nigeria. I see a developed Africa, right? I was in the nation of Belize in Central America in January, and I was telling them, what is the Belizean dream? Belize is not so far from the United States of America. Belize can become a developed economy, right? So this is my vision. So what's your vision? What do you want to see change in this world? For some people, it has to do with health. For some, it's education. For some, it's poverty. For some, it's hunger. For some, it's injustice. For some, it's seeing women abused or seeing children abused or seeing children that are homeless, have no parents, orphans, and so on. So what bothers you really about this world? So those are the things that you unpack in your place of self-awareness and deep reflection. What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be known for? Okay. In fact, this exercise will make it easy for you. Just fast forward to the day. Sorry to say this. You won't die soon, okay? By God's grace. It's just that nobody's escaping out of this life alive. So you can actually, in your imagination, fast forward to that day when everybody will be gathered and it will be about you. And you what do you want them to say on that day? You can fast forward like that. Come to a decision on what you want them to say after you've exited this world, then back up to here and begin to live your life in a way to make that possible. Okay? One other thing, then you need to establish clearly your values, the principles and standards that will govern your behavior to make that vision possible. See, there are many crazy things. I'm like every other human being. I have weaknesses. I'm tempted to do crazy things sometimes. One of the major things that keeps me in check, apart from the fact that there is God, right? It is what is at stake. What is at stake? What will be lost if I do crazy things? So I keep myself in check, right? So what are your values, right? What are the things that are important to you? Okay? And the standards and the principles that will govern your behavior to be able to get to the fulfillment of your vision. When I check my design, my brain is where my power is, right? I'm a thinker. I'm a strategist, right? So knowledge is important to me. Wisdom is very important to me. So reading, education, very important to me, right? Studying is very important to me. Okay? So you want to find out what those values are. Some of us are wired purely for entertainment. And so fun or recreation or entertainment will be of high value to you. It's not wrong. Nothing is wrong, right? We're just different. But you've got to find what makes you unique. Sadly, this world teaches us conformity. Instead of teaching us to chase our differences, it teaches us to try to conform. Once you begin to behave in a way that people don't understand, they criticize you and run you down. But actually, they're not supposed to understand you, right? So you've got to have courage. You've got to have the strength to stand up, to own your uniqueness. Own it. I'm a pastor. Fine. But I'm not like any other pastor. They've never seen a pastor like me before. So give me space. Let me show my uniqueness, right? Exactly. So those are the things you do in terms of self-awareness, in terms of your self-reflection. And of course, you know what your weaknesses are. It's not every opportunity is your opportunity. You've got to learn to say no. That word will save your life. I don't want to operate in any area where I'm going to be average, because average is mediocrity. I want to do excellence only, right? Good. So these are core factors that serve as the foundation for the building of your personal brand. When you've done that, the next one other important thing then is for you to define your target audience. So who are the people who will best derive or enjoy the value that you have to give? This is also huge. There are 8 billion people in this world. Not everyone will value you the same. I promise you that. Not everybody even needs what you have to offer. 8 billion people, right? The smart thing you've got to learn to do is to find the people that highly value what you have to offer. If your passion is health, if you're a doctor, right, it is sick people that are your customers. Forget, right? Or people that are serious about not getting sick. Okay? They're serious about staying healthy. Fine. You get their attention. Let me give you an illustration. So you are selling a malaria drug, right? And you want to sell it to me and I don't have malaria. Will it be easy to sell? No. Yes. Will it be easy to sell? No. It's going to be difficult. Why? I don't have malaria, so I don't need your drug. So, and then you'll be struggling. And people think actually that's what selling is about. You just persuade and beg. Don't live your life like that. It will run down your self-esteem. It will make even you to doubt your value. No. Go and find the person that is almost dying of malaria. Any price you put on that medicine, they pay it. Right? Because, so our conference in Lagos was not cheap, right? We had the general session, we had the founder's ticket, we had the VIP session. And then for some people, it was like, what? Why did you put such prices on the ticket? That's what I think I'm what? Because I've paid a whole lot more than that, acquiring knowledge, learning elsewhere. That's it. Because I place value on myself. Find your value, put value on yourself, and please find the people that highly value what you have to offer. You've got to clearly identify the demographics, the age range, maybe educational level of the people that you will best serve, that will best derive value from you. You've got to then become very accustomed to their needs. That takes a lot of listening, a lot of communication, a lot of research, a lot of study. Okay? And then the next thing is you've got to be able to clearly state what we call your value proposition. Right? When you know what people think, know what they need, how will you state it? If I ask you to state the benefit I stand to derive from you, how will you state it? If you want to find check my Instagram bio or my bio on any of the platforms. What did I say there? I shift mindsets, okay, to help leaders see possibilities and become those possibilities. I shift mindsets. Remember, I said my brain is where my power is. Fine. I shift mindsets. So, and you cannot change a person's life without changing the person's thinking. Sometimes it seems like Africans think that we can find a shortcut. There's no shortcut to it. There's no shortcut. The quality of your life can be better than the quality of your thoughts. So it's okay. It's okay to dance. It's okay to sing. It's okay to pray. It's okay to fast. It's okay to do anything you like to do. But just know that anything that is not changing your thinking is not really changing your life. Okay? And how to actually do it, that's what I have in the Shifts book. Oh, by the way, the Shifts book is available in electronic copies, right? Yes. It's available on Amazon Kindle. It's also available on Wiley.com, and it's cheaper. The e-version is cheaper. Wiley.com, you type the title of the book. Or on Amazon Kindle, it is much cheaper, almost half the price of the hardcover, right? And you start reading instantly. Oh, I have good news. On the 6th of May, 2026, the audio version of Shifts is going to drop. And it's being published by the largest audiobook publisher in the world. So it's going to be powerful. It's going to be available on so many platforms. Okay, so many platforms. All right. I'm going to stop here. Because I know it's night already for some of us, right? So that you can post your questions on in the chat room. But if you want to be able to define your personal values, please go on Google, type words that describe personal values. Words that describe personal values. Some websites will give you 25 of those words. Some will give you 50. Some will give you 100. The more, the merrier. Go through all those words and just write down or type all the ones that matter to you, all the ones that describe you, okay? All of them. Then when you are done, then go through them. You will see that some of them actually mean the same thing. Then you want to cross one out. Get them down to 10 or 20. If it's 10, fantastic, right? You want to know yourself very well and the unique value that you have to add to your world and the standards and principles that will govern your behavior to make the fulfillment of your vision and of your potential possible. Keep going, right? Keep working on that. Building your brand is not a day's job, it's a daily job, right? And I'll just add, finally, find practical ways to serve people. Find practical ways to serve people. 30 years ago, I was in my late 20s. I went on radio. What a bold move. Went on radio to teach people basic principles for success at a time when even I did not think I was successful yet. But we underestimate our value most of the time. I had read loads and loads and loads of books on success and leadership. So I had a lot to give. You have a lot more to give than you realize, but you won't find out until you step forward. And the world has changed in 30 years. The world has changed in 30 years. This is now your own radio station. This is now your TV station. This is now your newspaper house. You post something on social media, it goes global immediately. What a world we're in right now. Yes, it has its advantages, but I'm just showing you how to get the value from these things, from technology. It's amazing. Add value to your world. That was one of the things that actually strengthened my brand. The moment I went on radio, people knew the name Success Power. I was teaching on success. It changed everything for me. I started getting invitations from everywhere. So maybe the reason why people are not making a demand on you is one, they don't know who you are. They don't know who you are. Two, even if they know who you are, they don't know the unique value they stand to get from you. Now people knew that if the conference had to do with success, then if they invited me, they would hear something, right? That would be very helpful to them. So don't waste the opportunity to be on social media. Let's influence the world. And don't worry too much about the number of likes for a start. That's going to pick up with time. Just put something out there that adds value to other people. Wow, I hope this is helpful to someone. But wait, before we move on. If you have gotten a copy of Shifts, you've read it, can you please go on Amazon and drop a review? Yes, please, today. Yes, today, right? Find this book on Amazon, find the page, and please type a review, your experience with the book, please. And then if you got it from any other website, please go on that website and please go ahead and post a review. Let's do it. We need thousands of them, okay? We need loads and loads of reviews. Listen, the people that don't know me in this world are more than the ones that know me, right? Exactly. So it is your own testimonial that will give them an idea of the value that I have to offer, that this book has to offer. Good. So if this discussion has been helpful to you, can you help me to type yes in the chat room? Oh, thank you. I have some already. Thank you. 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 Opeyemi says your testimony on radio program changed my life in Lagos. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, good. I have loads of yeses. I got loads of yeses. Thank you. Thank you. Can you type your questions? Before we go, I'll take maybe 2 or 3 questions. And then we'll call it a day, right? Yes. Somebody was asking, how do I join the inner circle? Like I said, on the platform that you are joining us right now, just go to my bio, right? Just go to my bio. There's a link there. It takes you to my link tree. You will see inner circle as one of the options there. Good. Oh, fantastic. Olasumbo says, I dropped a review on LinkedIn as well. Thank you. 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 Good. Olaliko is asking, please, how do you handle difficult stuff? Abraham says, today's session is pushing me to finish my book, You Were Not Designed for You. What a title. Fantastic. Beautiful one. Beautiful one. Beautiful one. Beautiful one. Okay. How do you handle difficult stuff? So the question would be, what actually makes them difficult? What has made them difficult people? Right? Because usually you interview people, right, before you employ them, and you thought that they had good qualities. You looked at their CVs or resumes before making your decision. So then what is then creating the impression that they are difficult? So people don't become bad like that overnight. Please research. Actually, you need to sit down with somebody that is performing poorly or behaving poorly. You need to sit down with them and find out where they're coming from. Some people have experienced trauma in their lives. Some lost both parents when they were children, and they had to live with relatives who did not treat them well. They may have trust issues. They just may have problems trusting other people, and now they have to function in a team. So everybody has some backstory from somewhere. For some, it's something they are going through right now. I'm telling you, what's going on in somebody's life can affect their performance on the job a lot. So please sit them down from a place of genuine care. From a place of genuine care, sit them down, discuss, find out what it is. Maybe personal issues, behavioral issues, and it may be issues that have to do with skill, in which case you can send someone for training or give them a book to read that really can change their lives, or attach them to someone within the organization that can mentor them. Okay, so the starting point is the diagnosis. Why are they behaving the way they are behaving? Do everything possible to help them. And then at some point, if you realize there's nothing you can do to help someone, you've got to let them go. Okay. I have an AI startup company, but don't know how to reach out to a global audience for opportunities and networking. Amazing. Who is your target? Who is your ideal customer? You're going to define them. Who needs what you have to offer? Once you're able to define them, it gets easy from there. Because the question you ask is, where do they go? Where do they visit? What do they read? Which newspapers or magazines do they read? Okay. Where do they consume information? Then you want to go and meet them there, right? What subjects will get their attention? So when you post on social media, then you know what to talk about. But that's what's going to get their attention, especially their pain points. What are their pain points? If you address them, you'll be surprised. You hear about them. You get responses from them. I remember when we started my consulting outfit and we defined C-suite leaders that are my ideal customers, because I've been at this for over 30 years. So the ideal person for me to talk to now, with all my training experiences, a doctoral degree in strategic leadership, it's to help the leaders that occupy high positions. Their impact on everybody is outsized. The next question was, so what do they read? Where do they meet them? Where do we meet them? And that was when we went on Forbes Africa. Then, for the Shift conference, when we asked, which newspaper do CEOs read the most in Nigeria, was Business Day. So you would see Business Day featured prominently, right, in a campaign. In fact, I made them an offer. Where, yes, we paid some money, but they then invested a lot in our conference as sponsors. So we had their logo as sponsors, all over all our adverts. So that's how you go about it. Define who your ideal customer is. Remember, everybody in the world is not your customer. Everybody, and then just don't waste your time chasing the wrong person, right? Once you define who your ideal customer is, who needs what you have to offer, then you find out the best places to meet them. Sometimes they are not on social media, right? Sometimes they are not on social media. Sometimes they're on social media, but not on all the social media platforms. So some people, the ideal place to meet them is on Instagram. For some others, it's on X. For some others, it's on Facebook. For some others, it's on LinkedIn. Okay? So you need to do that, and then it will get easier for you to locate your crowd. How do you create a balance on how to communicate your values amidst numerous value options? How do you communicate your values? You talk about them, right? You use stories. Mostly, you want to communicate values, use stories, because we're talking about behavior. We're talking about principles and standards that govern behavior. So use stories as much as you can. Some stories should be turned into legends. In other words, you repeat the story for the next 100 years, right? Well, maybe the most important thing as a leader is you must model the values. You can't tell people honesty or integrity is one of the core values of this organization, and then the leader is not saying the truth. You get what I mean? So the modeling is even more powerful than the speaking. Okay, and it is that consistent behavior that ultimately convinces people this thing is important to this person, right? What will it take to be a reseller of the book? That's absolutely has to do with contacting Wiley, because they have this massive global distribution system, and they'll be able to give more information on that. What's financial cost for Shifts Conference 2026? I must be there with my wife and 2 sons by God's grace. Let me just say amen. Just wait till we put the information out, and the information will be there. I'll say maybe the important thing is not how much it will cost, but how much it will cost not to be there. Focus more on the value that you will get. Focus more on the value that you get. Start saving whatever you can, and hopefully it won't be too far from what the price was this year, but let's wait and see when the information will be out, and I promise you it won't be long. Okay. Oh yes, sir, I came in late, but I got something that shifted my mindset already. I'm happy to hear that. Well, you'll be able to watch the replay, especially on LinkedIn, I think, and on X. Let me add one or two more before we run. How can one handle different big clashing egos at the workplace? From what you're saying now, Now, this is normal at the high level, right, in an organization, because the structures built around success in our world, they feed your ego. They make you feel important. The higher you rise, the bigger the title, the bigger your office and table, the bigger what else, right? The bigger your car, the bigger your house, and if you're not the bigger your salary, and then if you're not careful, you get the bigger head, right? You begin to think you're more important than other people. You compare yourself with other people and so on. Now, sadly, even at the lower levels, sometimes people clash in terms of their ego. So, because this could be a cultural problem, then you need to actually talk about humility, the value of humility, and you need to demonstrate it. And then you need to arrange coaching for the people that are involved. It's very important, especially if they are senior level people. You need to get coaches for them, right? Getting coaching for a person doesn't mean that the person is doing badly. The best players in the world, they still have coaches. It's to help you have a well-rounded success. Yeah. But sometimes when you see some of your managers having peculiar issues like that, you need to sit down with them, sort them out, or you get a coach for them. Okay, you mentioned last Monday that it is commendable if someone attracts older people. Can you speak more on that? Thank you. I seem to attract older people who stylishly come to me for counsel. Now, that's a very good thing, honestly. When you comport yourself as a young person in such a way that even older people come, to get wisdom from you or leadership, now that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. 1, you have value to add. 2, you have good character. Very important. So you are respectful. Even when you know more than someone, you don't rub it on their face. Right? It's because you are humble. That's why people can come to learn from you. That's why they can come to ask for counsel. So please continue to do whatever it is that you're doing. You've got to be the model when it comes to character and when it comes to competence. Okay. Now, how can we join the 40 days reset? By joining the inner circle. I have an inner circle that I meet with, usually average of once a month. Okay. Again, on social media, the platform that you're on, go on my bio. You will see a link there. It takes you to my Linktree. Then look for inner circle there. Right? Look for inner circle there. Joshua says, since you said for you to be selfish, you need to be unselfish. That really changed my life and everything has been going on well. Oh, thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, Abraham says, no questions for me today. Just requesting a brief prayer for me and others for grace to be and do what Christ designed us to be. God bless you. Okay, that's a request for prayer. So we'll do that. How can I develop a vision statement? Okay, so deep down in your heart, what do you see about the future? Write it down. I describe a vision as the ability to see people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. Ability to see people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. So how could you possibly be in 5, 10, 20, 30 years' time? Your family, what are the possibilities? Your organization, what are the possibilities? Your city, what are the possibilities, right? So what do you say about the future? Write it all down. Next is the strategic positioning, your strategic positioning. So which spaces will you be operating in? Which industries? And what will be your position? Number 1, number 2, number 3. There's a place where you can stand and opportunities will see you and you will see them. And there's a place where you can stand, opportunities will not see you and you will not see them. So like if you've decided on the industry where you function, benchmark against the best. Identify the people at the highest level there and benchmark against the best, right? Then articulate. Okay. Bring all these things down and try to put them in a sentence. To become right? To become. That's what vision is about. It's a picture about who you are becoming. If it's for an organization, to become the leading can you see that? Or to become the premier, or to become the best, or to become the number one. So one, it addresses the future. It's not who you are now, it's who you are becoming. Number two, there's strategic positioning against the best. Now, to be number one, number two, number three, that can be tough in an industry. So this is what we do. When you look at your uniqueness, the unique value that you have to add, and you identify the people that will derive that value from you, do a lot of research, ask questions, find out what their needs are. You will find out that your uniqueness will make you to see a gap. There's a way you think, there's a way you see things, and there's a way you do things that others don't do. That will help you to spot the gap that only you can fulfill. Seize it, own it. With that, you create a new category in your industry, and you can be number one there. Okay? Bring all of that together in a short sentence that you can easily remember, right? How do you share your vision with people without it being hijacked? Publish it. Make noise about it. That's the best way. Sometimes we say, oh, if I say it now, some other person will hijack it. The likelihood is there are 3 or 4 other people that are thinking the same thing around. So, but if you shout first, then you will own it first before other people arrive. We're almost done. I know it's pretty late in some places. How do you, let me see. I have a vision of over 5 years ago to return to my village and enlighten my people through leadership and transformation. But considering the nation's economy, I'm scared. What would you advise? I'm not sure what you're scared about. I'm not sure. Is it your physical security that you're scared about? So if there's a way you can mitigate that, that is, if you're going to go there, make sure you go with some police escort or something, fine. But so that's the only thing I can talk about in terms of you're being scared. If it is about money, come on. The possibility is that the money won't even show up until you start. Money didn't show up for my radio broadcast until I started. And then there was more money than I needed even for the first quarter. Okay. How can I get a copy of Shifting My Vision? I'm not sure yet if any bookshop is stocking it, so you may just need to order from Amazon. Are you still running ELC concurrently with Shift Conference? Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. November this year, first week of November, Daystar Christian Center will be hosting the Excellence in Leadership Conference. Powerful, free. But the Shift Conference is not hosted by Daystar. It is hosted by Success Power International and Sam Adeyemi GLC. So it's business. That's why we charge a fee. All right. Okay. We're almost there. Alfred says, Dr. Sam, congrats once again on your book release. I believe it will revolutionize the world. I say big amen to that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. How do you overcome laziness? If you join our inner circle, it's one of those, I think it's one of those free courses that we give our members, how to overcome procrastination. The starting point, I'm sure it's more of a mindset thing, right? So you need to reprogram your mind. Reprogram. Okay. I have the tendency to procrastinate. So when I was going to change my thinking, you know what I did? I got some plain sheets of paper. I wrote, do it now 1,000 times. Do it now 1,000 times. With that, I reprogrammed my trigger. So whenever the thought comes up in my mind, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Honestly, do it now just jumps to my mind. Do it now, just jumps to my mind. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. How do you decide what to do with your life at 16 when you're good at many things that you do? Or maybe, okay, so of all those things that you do, which ones are people willing to pay you for? Maybe you should start from there, because you need to start to, first of all, be able to take care of your bills. Then you can chase passion. Okay? Then you can chase your passion. All right. Thank you, everyone. I think we'll have to stop there. I know some people are wondering, what else do you have coming up? Some people ask that. We have what we call the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable, May 23 and 24 in Lagos, Nigeria. Business and Leadership Accelerator. So that's for those that want to make big jumps, quantum leaps, big shifts in their careers, in their businesses. That's what that's for. So we'll be getting together on Friday the 23rd. That one is just for networking. We'll do dinner together, networking. Some people, that's where they will make their money back. For some, with big profit. On the Saturday, we'll do almost the whole day, including lunch together. And I'm bringing two of my experienced business friends. We're going to be resolving real issues for people there. Okay? And we're going to be discussing strategies for making big shifts. Fantastic. You want to find out about it? Again, it's on my Linktree. It's on my Linktree, right? My bio on any social media platform. Just click on the link there. You'll see my Linktree and all the things I have to do. The other thing you will see there is our C-suite retreat in Dubai. We have just a few seats left. Now, this is for founders. This is for top-level CEOs. It is highly interactive, so the maximum we want is 20 people in the room. It will be in Dubai in a very luxurious hotel. Okay, good. That's all I'll say for now. But the link is also there on the chat room, or you may actually just send us. You may just send us an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com, info@samadeyemiglc.com, and our team will get in touch with you quickly so we can make it happen. Okay, what did Temi say? Temi Shiobade Esquire. Greetings, Dr. Sam. I love this conversation on seeking gaps. I'm working on communicating the gap I've seen with legacy. Releasing the next video on the series soon. Thank you for the insights. 10x. Awesome. Please go, Temi. Go ahead, and I wish you all the best. Some people ask if there's opportunity to do one-on-one with me. We always get that question. Yes. As it is now, right? As it is now, like I said, I devote my time, most of my time, to advising top-level CEOs, governors, presidents, because of the outsized impact of their decisions on people's lives. However, we could work out something. So send an email to info@samadeyemiglc.com, info@samadeyemiglc.com. One of our team members will call you, you chat for a few minutes and explore the possibilities. I want to say a big thank you to everyone for joining us today. Remember, please go on Amazon.com if you have gotten your copy of Shifts, if you've read it, and please drop a review before you sleep tonight. Please. All right. Till I come your way again very soon, possibly next Monday. We'll let you know. We'll put the notice out and send out the emails. I wish you all the best. Someone requested for prayer, right? Yes, we can close with that. Lord, we're grateful. We thank you because the principles you created to run our world are very powerful and they have no respect for persons. And then we realize there's a principle that created the principles. So we ask for grace. We ask for your help as we go about applying the things we have discussed, applying the things we read, applying the strategies we have learned. We ask for your help. Each of us is different. Our circumstances are different, but we just ask for your wisdom. We ask for your help, and we ask for courage, and we ask for your power as we seek to create shifts in our lives. Let it be that by the time we meet again, each of us will have new stories to share. I ask for your protection on every single one of us and on our families, and I pray for peace, and I pray for abundance of joy in our families. And we ask miracles of provision for those that need resources in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful evening, beautiful night, or beautiful morning, depending on where you are. Bye for now.
Dear leader, the time of increased uncertainty, unpredictability, and volatility is not a time to shrink, it's a time to multiply. It's a time to expand. And that's exactly what we'll be doing at the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable on May 23 and 24 in Lagos, Nigeria. I have passionately supported entrepreneurs and high-level professionals the last few decades to unleash their potential and to realize them. So this is going to be a very special event. I'm inviting two of my experienced business friends to join me in answering questions, in solving real problems. So the smartest thing you could do right now, grab your seat, and then I'll see you on May 23.